The controversies surrounding Disney's Snow White remake show that we are still in the thick of the culture wars. Oh, have you been following the Snow White?
Actually, the first I'm hearing of this.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you.
Well, the two stars are Gal Gadot,
Happy for you.
who she was in the Israeli Defense Forces. She's Israeli, and Rachel Zegler plays Snow White. I think Gal plays the. I was not a child, so I don't follow them. I don't know fairy tales. I never read comic books.
That's
Something
is.
is this the one with the poison apple and the whatever it is?
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most surprising pop culture debates in Hollywood, the Snow White remake drama. Disney's newest take on the beloved classic has sparked more than just nostalgia. In trying to update the tale and steer clear of old-fashioned portrayals, they made the bold choice to cut out the iconic seven dwarves entirely. The decision, reportedly influenced by activist concerns that the characters were harmful stereotypes, ended up raising more questions than answers. Many actors with dwarfism pushed back hard, arguing the move strips away rare job opportunities for an already underrepresented community. Even comedian and analyst Bill Maher joined the conversation, blasting Disney for what he called empty virtue signaling. Maher mocked the attempt at being so progressive that it ends up excluding the very people it's meant to help. He noted that, in trying too hard not to offend, the studio made a decision lacking nuance and real-world logic. According to Maher, Disney's chasing of online approval ends up alienating those it claims to protect. So now the big question is, has Disney taken inclusivity too far and sidelined those it aimed to support? Or is there a larger issue at play, about who defines representation, and who truly speaks for marginalized voices in today's media? There's a lot to explore here, so buckle up, hit subscribe, and let's get into it.
Okay, so they're in. And Rachel Zegler, being 23 or whatever she is, like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for infantada is the only global solution. So the two stars hate each other. And then they couldn't put dwarfs because this is just so typical of the left. The progressives always finding a way to find their way back to doing something not progressive. You'd think the most progressive thing would be get people jobs, and dwarfs want to work. And honestly,
Golden employment opportunity for dwarves.
there's not that many scripts that come down the pike
No, it's 7 of them.
that has, and there's seven dwarf jobs here. But because I think it was Peter Dinklage said this is, this is not right. This is demeaning. And they were like, what? We just want to work. We're dwarves. So, ho, ho, ho. Anyway, that's
Alright, y'all. Let's talk about this Snow White situation because what started as a film remake has exploded into a major cultural flashpoint. Honestly, it shows how progressive intentions can sometimes double back and harm the very people they aim to protect. So here's the scoop. Disney, in reworking the Snow White story, decided to drop the famous seven dwarves. Why? Apparently, someone felt keeping them might be offensive or play into stereotypes. But here's the curveball: real dwarf actors have spoken up like, hold on a second, that was our shot. Think about it, how often does Hollywood hand out 7 roles tailor-made for little people in a big-budget movie? This was rare, golden representation and actual paid work. But instead of reimagining the roles thoughtfully, Disney simply erased them. It's a textbook case of overcorrecting to be safe and ending up silencing the very group they say they want to uplift. That's not real progress. That's public image politics pretending to be morality. Even Bill Maher weighed in, calling Disney's move an example of trying so hard to be woke that it borders on parody. And to be fair, he's got a point. Sometimes in trying not to offend anyone, big companies lose the entire plot. Inclusion doesn't mean deletion. It means telling better stories with the people involved, not making decisions for them behind the scenes.
I agree with Bernie Sanders that progressives should shed the Democratic label and run as independents instead. Is that what he's saying now? Should they aim to be angry moderates?
I think it would be good, not for all Democrats to shed the label of Democrats, but I think more people should run as independents in more places. Dan Osborne in Nebraska, that was a great race. And it makes sense. And I mean, one of the ways that we've destroyed party competition in this country is that in a bunch of states, they either find the right so repugnant, I think at the moment for me understandably, or the left so repugnant, there actually is no competition. So having people run as independents and be able to make an argument outside of the party label, it makes sense. It would be good if I would like to see, I think a lot of political donors are functionally counterproductive. I think creating the infrastructure for independent competition in states that are otherwise one-party controlled would actually be a great use of political philanthropy.
All right, let's shift gears from fairy tales to a different fantasy-fixing American politics. Yep, we're diving into independent candidates and ranked choice voting. Ezra Klein and Andrew Sullivan actually found agreement on this topic, which is rare these days, so it's worth tuning in. Here's what's up. Both are tired of the political divide in the US. One side screams fascist, the other communist, and most Americans are left wondering if we can just afford groceries and healthcare. 2 words: political reform. First, independent candidates say we need more folks running outside the two-party system. Why? Because in areas where one party always wins, elections are just rubber stamps. Independents could disrupt that by offering more choices and pushing candidates to appeal across the board. Then there's ranked choice voting, and honestly, it could be the game changer we didn't know we needed. Instead of picking just one candidate, you rank them. So if your first pick loses, your vote goes to your next favorite. It's like saying, okay, not ideal, but better than that other guy. Sullivan noted this method can prevent extreme candidates from winning and pushes for more cooperation instead of echo chamber politics. He even credited it for helping New York elect Eric Adams. Flawed, maybe, but not an extremist. Bottom line, ranked choice voting and independence won't magically solve everything, but they could make the system healthier, more competitive, and actually closer to what real people want.
And we're just about to get it, as you see, is ranked choice voting. 1, 2, 3. You actually show people that you don't like this nutter, but you'd rather this nutter than that one. And so you give them a little priority, and as the candidates fall out when they get looked, they then contribute their vote to the next one. So you get a consensus candidate.
Is that a jungle?
That's how we got Eric Adams in New York, and it's
well,
yeah.
can't blame it on ranked choice voting.
Is that a jungle primary? Is that what they call it, jungle?
No, jungle primary is different. California's jungle primary. Really.
What does that mean?
Jungle primary, I think, is that you have a bunch of people running, and the top 2 vote getters, no matter what party they are, then have a runoff. So that's how you get a general election in California. We have 2 Democrats running against each other. Ranked choice is that the general election, you can have a lot of different candidates going, or in a primary, you can have a lot of different candidates, and you're ranking through them. So if you have people who are consensus, like if everybody has kind of the same second choice, but people are split between like 3 more extreme first choices,
right,
you might get that second consensus candidate as the winner. For the Eric Adams joke, ranked choice voting is a good idea. We should do it.
Okay, Eric. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
If you're still with us, I really want to know what you think. Could ranked choice voting and independent candidates really help clean up our political mess? Or are we just throwing a small fix at a big problem? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you like honest conversations, cultural deep dives, and cutting through the noise, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you're in the loop for the next one. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you.